It's cold and it's muddy. It must be January. Welcome to North London Allotment and another new year, 2020. My second growing season. So I do all right. I haven't got those kind of beginner excuses anymore. So today, now last you saw me, I was wood chipping that. I didn't mean to wood chip it, it just happened because that's all I had. Since doing that, Joe on Digging for Dinner has done a bit on wood chipping on paths and as a mulching beds, which has reassured me, and so have the great comments that a couple of you left me below. Thank you. So it's not a complete disaster. It might work. It's good. And another idea I had, any of you that follow Sean James Cameron, he is on his second plot, so he's a bit ahead of me, obviously miles ahead in experience, but his plot is kind of like mine in that it's still being created really. And one thing he said is always follow kind of your instincts, like follow what you do. It's really hard to explain, but basically you will walk across your plot, and where you walk you probably should put a path. So I mean, I like having a path down the middle here, and I also like having that ability to cut right across from the grass path on one side all the way over to the other, so I like being able to do that as well. But also I noticed down here where my herb bed is, which is along here, I know it looks like a couch grass bed now, but what I do a lot of the time when I walk over this grass, I step over this bed. And the original idea was to have a herb bed all along here. And then I was lying in bed and I was just like, I step over it all the time. Why don't I just extend this path here, this wood chip, or even let the grass grow over it, so I don't have to step over it all the time, and make a bigger kind of seating area. I think that's going to be a good idea. So what I need to do is I do need to dig out some lavender, a clary sage, and the rest are all actually in pots, so I can just move the pots. And then if there's some good soil, I'm going to shift it over to the wood chip bed, and I'm either going to just let the grass take over, or probably, because I really don't like the grass that much, probably cardboard and wood chip it, so I got a bigger area and I'm not stepping over the herb bed all the time. And then, this is an idea I already had, this kind of semicircular bit that was my composting area is going to be a herb bed, like quite big. I don't have enough herbs to fill it at the moment, but I'm going to have this really beautiful, fragrant, useful herb bed there. That's the master plan. So today I want to turn, where is it, this overgrown herb bed / everything else bed when I ran out of room into a wider path. Let's see if I get it done. There is one more job I must get done today, and it's a big one, and I've been putting it off. Is this. I can't even get in there, so if it rains I don't even have any shelter anymore. So, and all my pots for like seed sowing are right at the back. So I really need to be disciplined on this. I need to get this tidy. I've got some stuff out, and then Amy turned up, and if you remember, she used to have a plot on the separate site, but now she's moved, so she's just 2 paths over there, and I've just gone to have a little walk around her new site, her new plot. It's got a lot to do, but yeah, it'll be good to watch her grow, and also she won't be very far away for a cup of tea. But now I have to get on. Right, here we go. Let's get this tidy. some of this plastic, I'm not even sure, is very usable. Sticks. More compost. Right. I also want to see what big pots I've got for like chilies and peppers and like bush tomatoes as well. And something else I need to make sure I've got are plant labels, because the labelling system let me down this year. So I need to be much better with my labelling. Chicken manure. I don't even, I didn't remember having them. Now I've seen them. I remember I bought them in Wilko's. These are going to be great. Things like that can take a lot of compost though. Trying not to spend money this year, so I don't want to be spending a fortune on compost if I can help it. Things I think I am going to spend money on. I've ordered some potatoes, but I'm going to buy some more at Potato Fair. I'm going to have to buy some onion sets and some compost. I can't see I need to buy for anything else at the moment, hopefully, but we shall see. It's going to be a low to no budget year. With university, you're doing a lot of setting up, so there is financial cost involved, and as you go along you think, oh, that would be handy, I'd like that, that would be useful. Actually, hopefully, now I'm kind of established a bit and I kind of know what I'm doing, hopefully I won't be spending so much money. It's very easy to spend money, and I do look at some YouTube videos of people who've got beautiful plots they've done really quickly, and they have won a lot more time than I do, but also they spend money on it. If I wanted to, I could, you know, have bought loads more membrane, covered it, bought lots of compost in, covered it. It's not cheating, it isn't, it's a way to do things, but it involves money, and I'm not willing or able to spend that much money. Lots of bags here, that's good. It's the UV tent for the children in the summer, they didn't get burnt. So a parent, half your shed is full of growing things and half your shed is full of things to keep the children entertained while they're up there. I am now trapped in my shed. There is no way out until I tidy it. I mean, that's the incentive. If you want to get out of the shed, tidy it. Oh! I didn't realise I had any of this left, and that makes me very happy. It's got to be a good couple of litres there. That is really good to know. That even might get used today. Wow. Like discovering treasure that you forgot you had. Lots of pots of different sizes. And the idea is, once everything's tidy, I'll be able to see where everything is. Oh, find things I'd lost. I need that to move my plants out of that herb bed. Some compost. That was I can't remember who that was from. Northern Plants. I like that. Got vermiculite from them as well. It's a really reasonable price. This I picked up in the sale. I've not used it before. It stinks, I know that. next year, as I've already said in another video, I'm going to do a lot more green manure, so I won't need things like this, hopefully. So it will be twofold really. It will cover the ground, stop the weeds, and it will give that kind of nutrition back in the soil, and it's vegan, so it's not a byproduct of any industry. Lost that as well. Put all my bulbs in by sticking my finger in the soil and wiggling it, and it was cold. Got a very cold finger. That's very handy. Got a load of terracotta pots down here because I think they last. They're environmentally conscious and they just look nice on the plot. The one thing you've got to be careful with the terracotta, of course, is that it doesn't hold moisture very well. So you do have to, if it's a hot, dry summer, make sure you're vigilant with your watering. But I think the idea for me was all these pots and things, they're movable, so I'm going to have a lot of marigolds in them as well, move them around. I've still got some pots of dead marigolds out there. Actually, I need to go and empty and put the pots in here. And then if there's like a plant that's being affected by aphids, move in some pots that way and kind of have them moving around if needs be. But also something that Tony Smith seems to do on his beds is have a corner which has flowers on, nasturtiums, marigolds, something in, and I've seen that in like kitchen gardens at big houses as well. So that's something else I'm going to do. It's something I need to do this year. It's got a lot more marigolds. They were brilliant. You can tell I had so much panic sowing seeds because I've thrown the pots everywhere, trying to do it in such a rush. These are brilliant, these modules. Literally pots everywhere. So if I can get them all arranged by size, I'll be able to find what I want a lot easier. Oh, there's my bamboo canes banging against the window. Also this year I would really like to not have so many seedlings in my living room, because we had a few disasters with the wee ones knocking them over and stuff, and it gets a bit much I think for everyone. They were very tolerant of me, but if I can try and get them kind of like here or in another grow house, try not to have the living room become my greenhouse. We don't even have a south facing window. Right, I need to put all things like this in one place. And there's a whole corner. That corner is random stuff that was here when I got here. I haven't really gone into. There's like some pipe there. Really random stuff. Oh my gosh, there are pots everywhere. These ones were not much use for anything. Dried out very quickly. Plants didn't grow very well in them. More pots, bottles, more random plastic. Bought this in the closing down sale because I literally was using a seed tray on my kitchen floor for potting up, and it's not big enough. Keep mixing more soil, like, because I was putting vermiculite in as well, and sometimes I was putting some granular fertilizer in, and it's just like took ages. So if I have a big tray, hopefully not use it in the kitchen, will make it easier to pot up. Speaking of vermiculites, oh gosh, don't, just stay there a bit until I tidy this end. Oh, bottles. But maybe I have enough plastic bottles now. Cardboard. Well, this can all get used. Put it somewhere that's a bit easier to access. It's heavy. Seaweed. I'm going to be a really good seaweed. You want to know how to use real seaweed on the plot, go look for Digging for Dinner, because Joe does it on there. He's used it quite a lot. Something else I bought in the sale. It's got drainage holes at the bottom, and actually I bought this to put on the windowsill at home with seedlings in, rather than to use it outside. But we shall see. Everything can change. Right, I need some twine. I'll repurpose from a straw bale. Okay, I'm actually warm enough to take my gloves off now. I probably will forget where I put them, so do tell me. I'll just put them there when I go at the end wearing my gloves. Because I've managed to make a mess of so many pairs of gloves. I'm actually getting quite low until I wash them. And they're so disgusting. I don't want to wash them. Oh, really disgusting. Oh, is it warm enough? I think I'll keep that layer on for a bit. Right, let's get these. Bit messy. These are the hoops for my kind of cloche things, like a long tunnel cloche thing. The plastic is down there, but if I can keep those together, less chance of my losing important bits. Yeah. Don't know what that is. I'm not going near that. You can stay there. Your cover can go with you, and I can get in here. Right, need to make some space. Oh man, what do you think you've lost? If I find my onion hoe, I will be very happy. I found my moisture gauge slash pH soil reader. It's very cobwebby. Oh god, yuck. It's like spidery. You know, when I like make nests and things. I was looking back on Instagram and through my photo albums of like the last year, and I saw the one in July where I was bitten by a spider, and I was like, oh, it's just a spider bite, it's nothing, and it went boop. And then I looked at my arm and I've still got the mark where it bit me. So I don't mind spiders, but I ain't messing with them, that's for sure. And actually, I could put my gloves back on. because I don't want to be bitten by a spider again. It's something I'm not a big bug fan. Don't like bugs at all. I've never minded spiders. I'm not saying I would like pick them up or anything, like with my hands, but I don't mind them. But I really don't want to be bitten by one again. I have been bitten before by a spider. It wasn't as bad as that though. But yeah, I'm not getting bitten again. Right, oh, more gloves up here. Bubbles, always got to have your bubbles to entertain the children. More gloves. That's my glove shelf then. Oh god, spider webs. That's another disgusting glove that needs washing. Right, pots. Let's try and separate them into size. So like these ones are the ones you get like if you buy plug plants. And I keep them because I think they're quite handy. Oy vey. It's like, where do you start? Right. Seed trays. One place. Pots the other. Never have too many seed trays. And then also I've got all these like mushroom. Oh hi.
I've got some of these spare if you want. So
oh, thank you.
I don't. I've got them cheap.
Thank you very much.
Use places, so.
Thanks.
No worries.
Oh, I like crocuses. That was one of the diagonal neighbours just giving me some crocus bulbs. Very nice. And now I've got my dibber, I can put those in. Yeah, so I've got all these mushroom pots as well, which I put like my produce in. I don't think I have enough shelves. Maybe I'm just not good enough at organising my shelves. Alright. There a minute. That's one of the children's toys. Where does this stuff go? There. Let's get this out of the way. This is a pickaxe I've got in my hand now. My dad brought me up a pickaxe. I think he has a very bad opinion of my clay soil. She said, well, you might need it. Oh, best to have one than not. Now I've got to find space to store it. You never know, there may come a time where I'm out there doing something and I just go, if only I had a pickaxe. I do. Do you know, I've never used one. Right, so this is a tool I can't even use. I'll show you. It's like a hand rotavator thing. You stick it in and you twist it and it loosens the soil. But I have carpal tunnel. I have had it operated on, but it's coming back. It does sometimes. This actually is agony for me. I don't really know where I keep it. I mean, I guess maybe I hope someone will come and help me on the plot one day and they can do it. Oh my god, so many pots. Makes you realise how many plants I grew last year because I had to keep buying pots because I was running out of them. And I inherited some of these tools from my aunt. She's 80 now. She does not look it. She looks amazing. she gave up her plot just about the same time I took this one on, actually. So I inherited a nice fork and spade. Ooh. Got a different hoe here that I didn't realise I had. Because there's like Dutch hoes and drawer hoes, is that right? So this is really long. This is the kind of hoe I know, which try to think if you push or pull it. I'm one of those people that have to do something to tell you whether you push or pull it. Not great, is it? And then there's this one. This has got to be a drawer hoe, surely. You draw it towards you. Yeah, because you push the other one. Amateur Gardening 101, how to use a hoe. Oh, that's quite handy. Still no onion hoe though. Not yet. Might be here somewhere. Pegs, always handy. Right, so what have we got in here? I'm going to put all the fertiliser. I've got the tomato fertiliser as well as the seaweed. More muddy gloves. Cabbage collars. I'm not sure they actually do anything, but I've got some, so they might get used. A bag. When did I buy this? Fleece. It's the thin stuff, so it's not the best. So it will fall apart. But it's Uzat. Uzat's good. When did I buy this? It's got my name on the label and everything. I don't even remember buying it. May. I bought it in May. There we go. I've got some fleece. It's quite a lot in there actually. 50 metres of fleece. That's weird because like I've been watching videos and reading magazines and everything, and I was like, yeah, I probably should have some fleece for like spring, but if I haven't got any, I'm not buying any. Already done it. Oh, this is a cloche thing. Again, good for early spring. I think it was from Aldi. It's like one of those square ones that's like a pyramid thing. It smells like something's been peeing in my shed. This is not good. Capillary matting. This was really good, especially when I went away. August, went away for 4 or 5 days to visit the in-laws, and that was really handy. This is the fleece I knew I had. This is that I bought from the allotment shop. It's really thin, it's quite rubbish, but it's going to be, that smells of pee. That's disgusting. My only guess is that a fox peed on that while it was outside and I've brought it in. Yuck. I think this was from Aldi as well, and I haven't used this because this kind of membrane is rubbish. It's like just basically a piece of felt, but thinner. Not great. Oh no, there's more wee smells here. Oh my god, that stinks. That's not wee, that's like, oh no. Maybe there've been mice running around here or something and they've been peeing. Oh god. I'm glad I kept my gloves on. And I'm glad I covered like my last pair of cloth gloves with some plastic ones. Oh god. Sorry, I just swore. I'll bleep that out. It blooming well smells in here. Oh god, why do you smell? Why do you smell? One of the shelves is actually disintegrating. did it get that wet? Oh, it's a leak in the corner of the shed, and it's been kind of gathering on the top shelf and then I think dripping through there. The brush doesn't smell like pee. I'm actually going to have to get rid of this shelf at some point then, and it's actually fixed to the wall. Do you know what? I want a new shed. Can't justify buying one because I have no money, but also because I rent my flat, you only know you're there year to year, so I can't invest in something like that here, like a nice shed or a greenhouse or a decent polytunnel, even if I had the money, because, you know, come August, September, my landlord might be right, you're out, and I might not be able to find anywhere to live here. So there's no point investing in big ticket items. Oh, this is disgusting. What are you? Oh, you're that, but you're all dead now. You have to go in the bin. Hammer and nails basically here. They seem to be okay. And a random lighter for bonfires. It's not free. Can all just go in a rubbish bag in a minute. Spider detritus. I just wish there was somewhere I could keep things nice. Never mind. More gloves. Right. Don't really want to put anything there if that has got a leak. Just going to have to leave that bit. I suppose I could put some of these trays that I don't really use very much. Let's put these ones there. And then at least it won't catch any water, so I will know it's leaking. Okay, let's use this one. It's like killed mushroom. Put my eggs in. And I'm keeping all these like quite shoddy bits of plastic, like the plastic tubs and things, because even though I won't necessarily want to put produce in them because they look a bit quite handy for shoving under melons and squashes and things, so they're off the ground. So that's the master plan with those, you know, these kind of ones. And if I need them for produce, I can give them a quick rinse. Box of gloves, used and soiled. Bottle. Oh, gaffer tape. Handy. That's what I mended the window with. That seems like ages ago. Right. I'm nattering on here. I think what I'll do, I will say see you in a while and I'll show you what I've done. That took hours, but it's done. And I even found my onion hoe. I'll let you have a closer look. So the first thing you will notice is I can get in the shed. This is a cardboard to go on the beds. Got more cardboard behind that stuff there, and I've got more that I've already emptied out that I'm going to use next. And there's some paper that will go in the compost. This side's not touched very much. It's mainly hose pipe and grow house. Pots are all organised. My root trainers are put back together ready. So that's my potting station there. Down here I've got my fancier pots. I've got the terracotta, the bigger ones, and some random things like those wool pellets. Got the children's things there. Try and keep them a bit away from the mouse wee. Big pots, and then things like the fleece and the membrane are all in those huge pots at the bottom. Tools, plastic, that is a lot of plastic there that I inherited, and that's what you get from the garden centres when you buy pots. And I've kept it because, well, there must be a use for it. Random things, tools, grow house that needs to be disposed of, I think, unless I can find a use for it. Some more cardboard, my bottles, and then I've put all my bean poles in now just to protect them from the elements a bit, get a bit more life out of them. And that's it, it's done, thank goodness. So not only can I now shelter from the bad weather, because I'm sure we're going to have more of it, I can find everything, and anything else I need to store I can pop in there. I am annoyed that it smells of mouse wee, but what can you do? It's an allotment. Job 2, sort this bed out somehow. Easy start, moving the things that are in pots. Of lavender to move. The rest are either weeds or just left from the summer, so I should be able to just cover those and then put some wood chip on top. Where am I going to put the clary sage and lavender? That is the question. I really need to tidy up that bit to find some space there. I always step over that. Sorry, you are beautiful, and so are just really. Right, put this guy in here. Now I just have to move the lavender. Change of plan, I think I'm going to work around the lavender and leave it there. A nice little fragrant patch, I think. We'll see. It's not going to be perfect, and there will be grass that will still come through, but it will be weak and hopefully okay to pull. Now, how many barrows do you reckon? That's one. I was too conservative, it took 3 barrows, but I think what I might do, now I'm on a roll, is sort out this area here. I'm going to put all those pots back near the lavender, sort those chairs out and put something down where all that grass is underneath. But this works for me now. just opens it up. And I know the reason why I put a bed here, because when I took on the plot I only had this half, and this bed here and this one were the first ones I did no dig, just so I could get something in the ground. But I now have a whole plot, 10 rods, so I can have a bit more of a seating area and just open it up a bit more. Lovely. Just realised I didn't do a roundup at the end, but what I'll do is I'll drop a photo in of what I did. It was just one of those days that's like, it's time to go home now. It was about a 5-hour day, really good, felt like I was really getting to grips with some good jobs, and I'll put the photo in so you can see how it looked at the end. And until then, see you next time.